Welcome or welcome back to WatchAdvisor on YouTube. This is Where the Watches Are the Stars. The voice you hear is Alexander, your host, and the watch you see on your screen is the Lange Söhne LANGE. The watch was launched last year, the 24th of October. That was, of course, not a coincidence because all of you who know the history about this watch know that it was launched exactly on the 24th of October in 1994. So it was for the 30th anniversary that Lange Söhne launched 4 watches. We only show you one, but more to come in the video. So enjoy it. And yeah, we will be showing you all details of this marvel as always. For the anniversary, Lange Söhne launched 2 versions, to be precise, 4 versions, but 2 different versions in terms of case material of the Lange 1. There's the platinum one, that's the one you see on your screen, featuring a black onyx dial, and it also launched a pin code version with a blue dial. This is a watch we aren't showing you in this video, but we decided to show you the large Lange one. There's a little one also, it's a smaller diameter, but we decided to show the large, normal, regular Lange 1 in the platinum case with that spectacular black onyx style. Big, little, regular, small. What was I talking about before? Diameters, of course, and if I'm talking about the regular or the normal size of the case, it is a size of 38.5 millimeters, and the small Lange 1, the size of the case is 36.8 millimeters. But we will not show you these watches. We have been concentrating on the case 950 platinum, diameter 38.5 millimeters and a thickness of 10 millimeters. But before I start, the first thing we have to do is wind the watch. And with my pointer, it's by the way a plastic pointer that is not able to scratch the surface of this case. It is a plastic pointer done by Bergeon, and it is specifically done for such purposes that you can show details on the watch. So now I'm pointing at the power reserve indicator. You have written clearly in German auf und ab. Auf means up, auf means up, yes, and up means down. That's a bit tricky. Auf means up and up means down. Tricky. Let's wind the watch. With the pointer, I do show you the hand belonging to the power reserve indicator that will now slowly climb up from down to up, or up nach auf in German. And you will see we are winding the watch. The watch features 2 barrels, and the power reserve when fully wound is 72 hours. No, it's not an automatic watch. It is definitively a manual wound watch. And yeah, some might think or could think this is not so interesting because you always have to wind the watch. But on the other hand side, think about the following. How often do you really have the chance to touch your watch? Let me put it that way. How often do you have the opportunity to touch your watch in a very intimate way? Or let's put it even a little bit further, to have sex with your watch. Winding it is such an sensual moment. It is really listening to the click, 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 click. It's a sensual moment. I like it. I really like it when I take a watch, manual wound watch, out from the safe, and I have to set it, I have to set the date, and I have to wind it. For me, that's pleasure, and of course, never ever a pain or something that I don't want to do. Now let's have a closer look on the entire watch from all the sides. I said it before, diameter is 38.5 millimeters. The thickness of the case is only 10 millimeters. It is a platinum watch, and it features a 925 silver dial. It is faced with black onyx. It is the very first time that Lange Söhne presents such a watch. It is, to celebrate the 30th anniversary, it is limited to 300 pieces. You also see the limitations on the case. We have the watch that belongs to the museum, end of the day 000 out of 300, and it is a watch that will never be sold but end up in the museum of Lange Söhne to show later generations what they were able to do in 2024. What do we see on the dial of the Lange 1? Of course, the time. The small seconds are located at 5 o'clock. On the right side, just beside of the winding and setting crown, you have the power reserve indicator. I talked before about it. And yes, you do have the big date indication. All the settings of time and winding are done, of course, through the crown, and the watch also features hacking seconds. You see, I've been pulling out the crown, and yes, the small second hand stopped at 55 seconds, and you do also see when I turn the watch around that, yep, the balance wheel does no longer oscillate, and once you press the crown back into the case or in the standard position, you will see that the small seconds are running again. So hacking seconds, yes. The setting of the date is the next thing I will show you. The date change can occur manually by pressing the push piece at 10 o'clock, or of course it happens always at midnight, and this is what I am going to show you. So we are setting the watch to about 10 past 10, so we know that in 2 hours the date change will happen, and this is what I am doing. Then continuing over 11 o'clock, approaching 12 o'clock or midnight, and what do you see? It's an instantaneous date jump from the 25th to the 26th. Using the push piece at 10 o'clock enables you to set the date if you need to do so. Good to know is that the big date indication of Lange & Söhne is conceived out of a cross and a regular disc. So the indications blank, 1, 2, 3 are across, and all the other numbers from 0 to 9 are done with a disc where all the numbers are printed. So once you start pushing and forwarding the date, you will see the changes, and then the cross changes the 2 to the 3, and then continuing, we now come to the moment when the 3 will disappear, 31st to the 1st, and you see that the left window is left blank. Good to know. There are other big date indications where you have a 0, for instance. So Lange does display nothing, as it should be. Let's put it that way. So continuing then from 9 to 10, of course, we will see that the 1 comes back in the left window, of course. There it is. And then we continue 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Now we will see the 2, you see, and so on. So we came back to the initial positioning of the 25th. There's always the question coming, can you set the watch whenever you want, or do you have to respect certain rules? No, there is a security mechanism included in the caliber L1 to 1.1, and so you cannot harm the watch when you do set it in the wrong moment. The beautiful caliber L1 to 1, 121.1 is a manually wound caliber. It is, done in the beautifulest possible way as you expect it from a watch of Lange & Söhne. Decorated and assembled by hand, always twice. There is a pre-assembly done, and then when everything is ready to be assembled, the watch is completely dismantled and assembled again. That's the way how they do it. It is adjusted in 5 position. I said it before, features a twin barrel or 2 barrels. Power reserve 72 hours. The plates and bridges, the 3/4 plate, the big one, of course, are made, and this is very typical for Lange & Söhne, of untreated German silver. And the legendary balance cock of Lange & Söhne is always engraved by hand, and it is an old tradition that there is absolutely no rule for those who do this magnificent job. They are free to individually do it a little bit different every time, so most likely not one watch is exactly like the other one, but this is a little detail for aficionados. What we can see oscillating, it is an in-house made balance spring manufactured by Lange & Söhne, and the balance wheel oscillates at a frequency of 3 Hz or 21,600 semi-oscillations per hour. Some of you might have already seen the 3 letters Sierra Uniform Golf SUG on the case, and it is just beside the 950 platinum indication, and this is not a secret message or a special limited edition or something like this. No, it just shows that the watch case was also made in Glashütte by the Sächsische Uhrentechnologie GmbH Glashütte. That's a little company located in Glashütte, and they do cases, and they are specialized in doing cases, and from time to time Lange is also working together with them and buying the cases locally. Some other cases come from other providers and other sources, of course, as Lange & Söhne does not have its own case manufacturing capacities in Glashütte. The watch comes with a hand-stitched alligator leather strap and a pin buckle, a regular pin buckle, not a folding clasp, and the pin buckle is also made out of platinum. The silver dial is faced with onyx. It's a gemstone that is rarely used in fine watchmaking, and it captivates with its jet black shimmering surface, and I think we were able to show you this in the video a little bit by moving the watch around in the camera, and you do also see how good the anti-reflective treatment of the sapphire crystal is. And it is also a particularity of Lange & Söhne that they always do a anti-reflective treatment on both sides. You merely think that there is not a sapphire crystal at all. The applied Roman numerals, we have to say, and the lancet-shaped appliques are, as well as the hour and minute hand, made out of 750K gold, and they are rhodiumed, so this is why they look so shiny, so the surface is rhodiumed. Even though we were a little bit late showing you this Lange 1, since it was, as I said in the beginning of the video, already launched in October last year, but I think it was worth doing it because it's anyhow very difficult to get one of these watches on your wrist, and for filming it's even more difficult, so we were happy that we had it. Hopefully you liked the video. Your comments are most welcome. Please tell me what you think about the watch. Thanks for watching again a video on WatchAdvisor on YouTube, where the watches are the stars, and yeah, stay tuned. We are busy editing lots of videos, and very soon there's also Watches and Wonders coming, so it's always good to come back on our channel. Bye-bye.